then we were talking about the term variable. Now, what is variable? Variable is basically a named memory location or memory cell, and it is used to store the values which can change. Like any quantity whose value you can change during the execution of a program can be referred as a variable. In other words, you can say variable is a named memory location or memory cell whose value can be changed during the execution of a program. Now, as you people are familiar that all the variables are created in RAM. Now, what is RAM? RAM is random access memory, which means that it consists of different memory blocks and each part of the memory can be utilized randomly. Like it is not essential that if I'm going to use the variable A, it is going to use the first memory blocks, or if I'm going to use variable B, it will be allocated to the second memory block. No, any part. Let's say the first variable I used was A. A can be stored in any memory block over here. And the other thing that we need to know about RAM is that RAM stores the data temporary and RAM is read-write memory. As I was explaining you earlier about the left value and the right value, that right value's contents are copied into the left side and those contents later on change. Now initially let's say if A had the value 20 and B is equal to A plus 10 and then again A is equal to B plus A. Now see, initially A had the value 20. After that, when we want to execute the process number 2, that is A plus 10, it means it will become 20 plus 10, so it becomes 30. And now 30 is copied into the variable B. And then B plus A. B's current value is 30. 30 plus A. A's value is again 20. So 30 plus 20 becomes 50. And now this 50 is copied into variable A. Now, initially A had the value 20, but the latest value A is equal to 50 has been changed, which means that if the memory contents initially contained the value 20, now new value has been overwritten by the previous value. That's why we say that variable is a quantity whose value can change during program execution, and it is a named memory location means that we are going to give memory location a name where the value can be stored, right? So this is the concept of the variable. Now moving on with it, we are going to talk about the constants. What are constant? Constant is anything whose value remains the same. Like whatever the process we are carrying out, anything whose value is going to remain the same during program execution, that will be a constant. For example, while solving some question, we need to calculate the area of a circle. In the same way, we need to calculate the circumference of a circle. For that, we will be needing a constant pi. And remember, whatever the constant you are going to use in a program, you most of the time, or the convention technique is that you need to use its name instead of its value. So once we declare a constant, later on we can just use its name instead of its value. Like if I want to calculate the area of the circle, so instead of using the value 3.14, I can call the named constant which is pi, right? So this is about constant. Constants are will also be covered when we are going to later on talk about the modules. Till now you just need to remember that constant is any quantity whose remains same and it is a named value. Like we are going to give some name to a value which we have declared. Okay, then comes L value and R value. Now what is L value and what is R value?